Welcome back to another episode of the podcast with Mark45. Today, we have a sequel to the last episode, which was the Transformers episode. We completely dedicated the 90% of the whole episode to talking about Transformers lore and the universe. Today, we have a somewhat of a different episode. We're going to switch from one genre of entertainment to another genre of entertainment. And what is it that we're talking about today, as Brandon is wearing a wonderful weeb shirt?
Well, you could probably guess, but it is anime related. So I don't even know what to talk about yet, but anime in general. It'll be like mostly anime, some games that are anime related, and whatever else I can think of.
Sick. So once again, anyone listening to Spotify, also give us a follow, because we have some pretty good episodes coming up after this. So, how should we start this conversation?
Well, if you didn't notice, this is filmed right after we filmed the Transformers episode, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that now I'm wearing a pink shirt. Should I stand up? I should stand up.
Yeah, stand up. Show 'em. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that sexy beast.
So crowded here. Okay.
Beautiful.
So we went to a convention, I don't know, that basically they had some anime mystery bags, and this was included in one of them. And
How much was the mystery bag?
that was $60. That was not worth it. Also bought a Genshin mystery bag, which is this one. This actually is a nice bag. I actually use it quite often. That was $50, and honestly, this was better, and it was cheaper too. So point being, the $60 not worth it. Also, it was Chainsaw Man themed. If you can see, this shirt has power on it, just like it's a character from the series. If you've seen it, if you can see, camera, the print sucks. Like, it's not even. You can see, like, she has two eyes here. I don't know if it.
It's right here. I'll try to see if we can get a zoom in, depending on. You know, let me move back. Point at this camera.
The printing is not even done correctly, so the back is fine. The back looks nice, but like the sides, these are horrible. The face looks so disjointed.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't even know what to do with this. I'm just wearing it for this episode because it's anime themed. That's about it. Next is this Genshin bag. If you don't know what Genshin Impact is, then I think you've been living under a rock, but it's a very popular
Not everyone's into
anime.
But if you're into anime and you don't know what Genshin Impact is, then you are living under a rock.
It's also very big in the gaming. So if you're like if you love video games, you've probably heard of it at some point. So I brought some Genshin related. This was not everything in the bag, but like some of it. There is this is Yelan, which is like a character.
That's pretty sick.
It's a bookmark. Have a pencil case.
That's still in its original packaging.
I've never taken it out or used it. Has Raiden, Shogun, Ganyu, and Keqing. They're very blue and purple.
Raiden's a Mortal Kombat character.
It's like Raiden Shogun, whatever. That's like one.
That's like the first thing you've said this episode.
It's not even anime related, but yeah. Okay. This is a pack of stickers, which I actually have not opened yet. So
Why don't unbox it now? Jeez, look at that. And all the people here on Spotify is just plastic rustling noises.
they can hear my very thorough description of these stickers. Alright. Let's see, this is Child and Diona.
Wait, the character's name's Child?
Yes, it's Child with an E at the end.
Child. Make it sound French. Chaude. Chaude.
Don't question it. I don't even know if this is I don't think this is a Genshin character. This is Lisa. There are a lot of clips of her that people use her climbing in her Japanese voice, and let's just say it's kind of sus. Here's Barbara. Here's a bunch of characters together. This one's kind of cool.
Yeah, that looks pretty sick.
There's a Paimon one. yeah, you can. Emergency food is like a very popular meme. Here's another child one. Do you want to read what it says?
It says, "Tonight I will escort you to your room."
Yeah. Let's just leave it there. Here's another one, child one.
Does it have a quote on it?
Nope. Here's an Amber one. This is like one of the starter characters. So you meet her in the beginning if you don't play Genshin. Honestly, all this is from the mystery bag. I did not have any other anime merch. That's the first time I actually think I got anime merch.
Nice. Oh, this you showed off already. Yeah. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Any fun activities in the bedroom, you can put on a I don't even know who this is, a blindfold of whoever this chick is.
I don't know either, actually. So this is from the this is from a Chainsaw Man bag. I have only read like the first arc of the manga, which is actually quite short, so I'm not actually sure of most of the characters. I know this one. I don't know this one. Wait, that's a correction. I have no idea who this is.
I could tell you, honestly.
This is one. I think this guy's name is Aki, but I could be wrong. He's like he's a very like serious character, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't remember too much. I'm just okay. This one is it's like the main character's pet chainsaw dog. I think he merges with him in the beginning or something.
What's this, Power Rangers now?
Okay, I think main character, okay, there's a bit of spoilers, but I think the main character almost dies, then he merges with his pet, then he gets like a chainsaw powers, and then he has like chainsaws in his forehead or something. Nice.
Anime's weird, man.
This is the one of the weirder, actually it's not even that weird, but it you know, it's questionable anime plot. Alright, and then the last thing we've got today is anime posters. Should I open them?
Well, let's do it.
Alright, let's start with the Chainsaw Man stuff. Chainsaw Man, I think these are the main female characters. You have Makima, character that I forgot the name of, Power, and another character I forgot the name of.
What kind of pose is that? Why is she doing that? Just like...
Don't know.
Just doing this.
I don't even know who that is. I feel like I forgot.
Just about to twist her arm off.
I think one of the characters, I think this second character here, there's a scene where she throws up in the main character's mouth. They're drunk or something. Don't question that.
That's gross. Wait, like she vomits into the other girl's mouth.
I think they were about to make out and then she was drunk and then that happened. Chainsaw Man is just, I haven't seen the anime. I've only got the first arc, but I guess I stopped reading it, maybe because of that. But yeah, I just know it's very popular.
This is the vomit.
No, probably not the vomit.
Okay, this is the dog, the chainsaw dog. That's upside down. This is the main character is Makima, and main character. Well, that's not. She's not a main character.
She has chains coming out of her fingers.
Yeah. That's Denji. Is the guy who fused with the chainsaw dog.
I have much to learn about the world of anime.
Yeah. There's a lot of
dramatized parts.
Well, no, I was gonna say there's a lot of fan art with her, you know. Okay, like he likes her, but then she's kind of just using him, sort of thing. That makes sense. That's like a
fan art of them doing the thing.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I got it.
This is the main character. I'm pretty sure. This one's pretty cool though. Kind of looks cool. This is Power. She's like Denji's the main guy's best friend. This
is all on you, man. I don't know anything.
I should not have brought this. I don't know much about the series. Main character again. Main Power and Makima.
I guess anime gets its popularity in the good and the bad way. Like, Like I'm sure there's a lot of good shows out there, with good stories and all that. And I know for a fact One Piece is like the dominant anime thing right now. Like it's. Have you seen the live action One Piece on Netflix?
I have not, but I have heard of it.
From what I've heard very mixed reviews about it. A lot of like true loyal One Piece fans are like, nah, this ain't it. But I see a lot of people who are also true loyal One Piece fans are like, oh, this is a great adaptation. Like, this is...
I've heard mostly positive things.
Yeah.
Because something about like the mangaka was a manga writer of the original One Piece, like helped make it essentially. So there is. I guess I heard that.
Yeah. Also, like a fun fact, Funko has they released their stats last week of the sales that they've done this year, and guess which genre sold the most in Pops?
Let me guess. It's the theme of this episode.
Yep.
Anime.
And I think it was between One Piece and Demon Slayer Pops. Both Pops have sold quite a bit, and a lot of One Piece Pops have also. I think Funko kind of took that a little too well, because a lot of One Piece Pops used to be very expensive. Now they have mass distributed a bunch of comments that if you go into GameStop, you can get it with no ease. So they have joined the ranks of massively distributed Funko Pops as like toys. It's no longer that collectibles. So I think I've seen a little bit of One Piece. I've also watched a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen. I think they need to stick more just with the exclusives and really do characters that people really like. Because I think Luffy being the main character of One Piece is great, but now they've done way too many versions of him. So they need to stick to some core ones. Like with the convention was, they did. I think they made 3 different Luffys in the ship. Those pops sold out right away. Those pops were so popular. So they need to just do something similar like that again. I think maybe for some other shows, not just One Piece. Maybe like Boruto, Naruto, Demon Slayer. They need to do a pop like that One Piece, like that Luffy on the pirate ship.
Alright, let's go on the second set of posters, which is Genshin. A lot of characters, so I'm just gonna go through them. Just gonna stop naming every single character. Oh, it's just yeah, this one's upright. It's a Barbara one. Right, I cannot. This is the
Who is she?
Raiden Shogun. She's basically like in the game there's like 7 archons, which are like 7 gods, and she's one of them.
So she's a god.
Yes. This is Xiao, which is like,
He's on a snowboard?
I guess.
Is that a chipmunk beside him? What is that?
Oh, that's like this one?
Yeah.
I think it's Gooba. It's supposed to be a bear. Like,
Oh, okay.
like a mini bear.
God, anime fans probably hate me right now for not knowing anything.
Technically, this is not an anime. It's just an anime-themed game. Anime style game. That's one of the archons, the gods as well.
Oh, he's also god. Who's the granny?
Don't know. Might be a significant character. Maybe it's one of like, I don't know. Yeah.
Ooh, this one's sick.
And then the same guy,
This one's pretty sick.
the archon. And there is a tiger, and I don't know who this guy is or girl. You never know. It could be a guy with long hair.
In the world of LGBTQ, it's hard to tell these days.
You don't know. Not gonna say it.
All right, while he's putting this away, let's talk about someone else. Santos, how good is your consumption of anime? Like, how do you?
Well, I just finished watching some Transformer stuff.
Okay, well, it relates to Transformers either way, but like anime shows. Have you seen any?
Well, yeah, the first introduction to Transformers was Cybertron, and that was an anime.
Attack on Titan, I've heard it's great, but then I've seen parodies of it. I kind of have an idea what it's about. I know it's like a cartoon, but it's like there's just some gory bits that just nah.
I have not seen that. I know it's super popular.
It's super popular, but also super violent. Let's put it that way.
It's probably not the most violent thing in anime. Like I'm just assuming. If it's as popular, there's got to be more gory anime out there.
Yeah. I also saw a little bit of Ghost Tokyo. It's interesting. I might continue. I might continue watching that. It had me hooked.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
No, but like, anyways, going back to you, Santos. Like, so you've seen anime, but it's related to Transformers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I read manga.
Oh, you read it.
Of Transformers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What other non-Transformers anime have you watched? we already had a whole episode on Transformers.
Well, it was mainly during high school, but I stopped because nothing really interests me.
What did you see then?
JoJo,
Oh yeah.
because of the memes.
Yeah.
Memes.
It is very popular, even though it is memed on.
There's one other show I actually saw quite a bit of. I just don't remember the name. It's like a game. It's like a game show. I think these people go to an island. There's a tournament. It's kind of like Squid Games. They go to this tournament. They gotta compete to win.
What's it called?
That's what I'm trying to remember. What is the name of that show? I saw like quite a good chunk of it.
It's popular.
Yeah. Hold on, maybe I'll look into my anime section in my Funko room. I might remember. Okay, so now we got your stuff. You showed off a little bit of your stuff. We kind of talked about your consumption of anime, which we learned is anything associated with Transformers. I brought us some pops from my collection, and it's a variety of shows. Some I've seen, some I have not. So it's not every single anime pop I have, or this will be a very long episode. I just brought out some of my favorite ones. So let's start off right over here. I have no idea who this is. Have you seen Boruto?
Nope. I've seen 7 episodes of Naruto, and I...
Well, this is Kawaki. I think that's how you say it. Yeah. What do you think?
Too edgy.
Too edgy?
He does look like it. He looks very edgy.
Too edgy. Okay, we're putting him away. Alright. We'll put him behind then. Alright, next up we have an Inuyasha pop. This pop sold out relatively quick when it came out because this is the part of the NYCC release. Anyone attempt to say her name?
Sesshomaru?
There you go. I don't know how to say it, but there you go. I've also not seen Inuyasha.
It is very old. No, sort of 2000.
It's an old show, right? Okay, it's an old show. I mean, just by looking at her pop, what do you reckon?
It looks good. She has a nice moon tattoo.
Moon tattoos.
It's probably not a tattoo.
Good moon tattoos. Now, some of the more familiar stuff. Saitama, from the one and only One Punch Man. Let me start over. I met the voice actor who played Saitama, but the English version, not the actual Japanese one. I shook his hand, and he was actually going to. I think he was going to go take a break. I met him at Fan Expo. He's going to go take a break. I was like one of the last people that barely made it to his stand, and he was about to leave, and he saw me, and he was like, "Screw it, we'll do one more person," and that's how I got it. So, very, very lucky. So, I said, include one of your favorite lines. Up to you. And he just puts.
Okay, that is very iconic.
Yeah. That's all he put on there. So I was like, you know what? Fair enough. But One Punch Man, I didn't really understand at first. Obviously, because I was like, this guy is way too fucking OP. He's just like one-shotting everything. But I slowly, as I watched through the show, I actually started to understand how he got his powers. Like, it's a pretty well stretched and thorough story. Like, you've seen the show, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I've seen season 1, part of season 2, and I read the manga for a good chunk of it.
Have so you saw this? Did you see this in the English version?
Yes. Well, I watched Japanese dub, but yes, he says okay, and then it's like the very bored face.
Ah, okay, that's fair enough. So what do you think of the pop then?
The boldness looks weird. Doesn't it? It doesn't really fit.
Doesn't really fit? I guess that's fair. Well, I have another one. This one is Terrible Tornado. I forgot. Was she a good guy or a bad guy?
She's a good guy.
She's a good guy. Yeah. So this is the Chase version, where she goes in the dark. If I remember correctly, there was one particular scene where she literally took inspiration from Ninjago. It was like Ninjago, like she did the jump up, kick back, whip around, spin. Like it was bar for bar similar to Spinjitzu.
Which season was that?
I think it might be two.
Two? Well,
Might have been two.
I probably read it, but I forgot.
Yeah, but anyways, the pop. What do you reckon?
It's good. She glows in the dark, right?
The common one is just regular colors. This one's more transparent. So
This is season 2 because Garo is in it. The webcomic is like very far ahead. That's like the main source. But the drawings are, let's just say the main author, the original author, is good at telling stories, but kind of bad at drawing. So they're like, the drawings aren't good. So you can read ahead if you want, but the art is nowhere near as good as like anime or manga.
he should have just written it as like a novel.
Yeah. But I mean, it's fine because they're taking the web novel and web comic and turning it into manga, but just slower. Like they're behind.
Okay.
The anime, the first season, do you remember? What do you think of the animations for that?
The effects were good, especially during the fight scenes. The explosions were a little bit exaggerated, I will say that. When they're like, ah! They're like punching up in the air and there's just a big explosion behind them. It's a bit exaggerated at some points. For what it is and the way it's presented visually, I think they've done a pretty good job.
What about season 2? Do you remember?
I actually only watched season 1.
Okay, never mind. But basically, season 2 animation is significantly worse than 1. So you watched the good half.
Okay, so I didn't miss out much. Okay.
The manga is good, though.
What do you think of the Pop Santos? Tornado and Saitama.
He's bald.
Great statement.
Quite accurate. Quite accurate. I will say when I met the actor, he was like, "Have you seen?" He said something similar to you. He's like, "How much of the show have you seen?" I admitted to him. I said, "I only saw the first season." He's like, "Oh yeah, you saw the good half. Don't worry. You didn't miss much after." I'm
Exactly the same thing I said.
I'm like, "Damn, aren't you the one who voices him?" He's like, "Yeah, you know." It's like, but I've seen the quality. Not my problem. He's like, "All right."
Once he's done his voiceovers, he's done. He's out of there.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so that is the One Punch Man stuff. Now, this one. Put these away. This one is my all-time favorite anime pop. Not because of the pop itself, but because of the experience that came of this, of meeting the voice actor of Tsuyu here. And I briefly talked about this in my Fan Expo video. She was the most talkative celebrity I have ever met. Because she, as you can see, drew all over the pop. It's not just your basic signature and a little quote or something like that. No, she drew a little frog on the side, added a quote here, put her actor signature here, another quote. I forgot what we talked about, but we had a pretty long conversation. I remember we just there was not a lot of people at first because I got to her booth quite early, but I think we were talking about just like different animes in general. She was talking about how anime has become a whole genre of its own. There's just so many to pick from. It can be a whole separate entity from the rest of the entertainment field, like movies, shows, all that. But I don't know. All I remember is it was a long conversation, and she was one of the more affordable options. That was the biggest part.
Sounds like each celebrity is being sold.
Exactly. She was. I think they were saying she was only $50. And I got the bang for my buck. Look at the quality of her signature on it. So, long story short, some anime people are not that expensive for conventions. I'll tell you right now, she was the polar opposite of Carl Weathers, the guy who plays Grief Karga in The Mandalorian. Yeah, $300 for a signature was just not it.
Star Wars and mainstream stuff just price hike.
No, I think even he was surprised because they each had their own assistants.
Were you the first person when I got to him?
I think no, I was one of the. I think it was the fifth. There was a person in front of me too, and then he ended up walking away because it was too expensive.
Weren't the people reading their price though? Because wouldn't he have
On
heard
the
price
website,
already?
it said $90. But then we got there, and then his assistant was like, "All right, $300, please." I just looked there. I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like I saw Carlos's face. He looked over. He's like, "I don't remember charging him this much." I remember I could see through his face, but I was like, "It's whatever. It's a one-time opportunity to meet him."
Was it before you met him? That's the price.
Yeah, you pay first, and then they sign.
Okay, and then you talked to him and didn't sign. Okay, I thought you were the first person because you said he looked surprised. Or was that the first time you heard the price?
I think that was the first time he actually heard the price. He looked surprised. I saw on his face. He's like, "What the heck?" I think he felt quite bad that he took that much money from me. But this year's Fan Expo, I think there's a couple. They haven't announced anything anime related yet. So far, we only know Daredevil, Charlie Cox, the guy who plays Daredevil, and Kingpin actor Vincent Delf something. So far, those are the only two mainstream actors that are coming to Fan Expo. But in terms of anime, they haven't really announced anything yet. But I guess that remains to be seen. So yeah, that is Tsuyu. Well, actually, let's talk about My Hero Academia. It's one of the top shows in the anime game. It's also one of the most content-filled shows. It has a lot. I could not finish. Trust me, I could not finish.
It's not that bad if you compare to One Piece or Naruto or I don't know. Gintama also has a million episodes.
I guess, yeah. I assume you haven't seen My Hero Academia, Santos.
No.
I've seen like up to season 3 or so.
Well, actually, I want to talk about this show. I don't have any pops for it, but I want to talk about it. Hunter x Hunter. It's one of the older anime shows, and I think I've watched that show more than any other show. Obviously, I didn't finish it again. Like anime is just way too much content. It's hard for me to keep up. There has actually never been an anime show that I, from start to finish, done.
Well, you could have. You just watch one of those things that only have one season.
Yeah, I could have. But Hunter x Hunter was one of those that I actually found very intriguing. Because it's kind of like Squid Game in a way, just not as intense. There was a school. There was I don't know. There was one episode where I think one of the professors was hitting on the student.
So it's a school.
Kind of like that. Okay. Well, anyways, I digress. Let's move on. All right.
Also, My Hero Academia fan base is let's just say they like shipping people. And apparently they are
Any two characters, and they're like.
yes, and they also are very toxic.
So it's like Star Wars. It's like Star Wars. It's like Star Wars.
Basically, the fan base is
Bro, you know the Star Wars fan base is very toxic. They complain about everything, no matter what they get. So next up, we have something from Bleach. I actually don't remember how old Bleach is. It's like... How old is it? Well, anyways, have you seen anything from this show?
nope.
So I've not... Okay. Maybe I'll give it a chance. I have not seen it yet either. Maybe I'll watch it eventually, but... What do you think of this pop, Ichigo? I know Ichigo's I think he's one of the main characters. This is a chase version, and he's fully halofied. I might butcher that pronunciation.
Halofied?
Halofied?
Holofied.
Oh my god. I totally butchered that. But what do you think of this character from a show named after a cleaning detergent?
Don't know. Also, the show is aired from October 2004 to March 2012.
Oh wow! So when a year after we were born, this show was already a thing.
And then it's 366 episodes long.
What?
One Piece is over 1,000. It's a lot, but it's not the most.
Yeah, fair enough. But I don't know. I guess there's not much we can talk about then for Ichigo here, other than what do you think of the pop?
He looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Does he?
White mask, black eyes.
Does he?
Creepy demon mask, orange hair. That'll be the name of the card.
Sure, we'll go with that. Okay, last one. None of us have seen Bleach, so I guess we can move on from that quickly. Let's talk about Demon Slayer. This is Enmu. Now, I'm pretty sure Demon Slayer has been one of the more talked about shows.
Very popular. I have only seen 7 episodes from the first season.
Do you know this character?
Nope.
Don't know.
She's not in... Yeah, okay. Tanjiro's the main character, I know. Nezuko's the sister, who turns into a demon. I don't know about the other 3, but I might have seen them. But I don't remember that much, because it's been a while.
I bring most of these out just to emphasize on what I said earlier about Funko having anime be the most sold out theme. It goes to show that the anime fan base can be quite strong. Like, they're quite great in numbers if they can consume all these pops more than Marvel or Star Wars.
Sounds like you make it sound like they're eating the pops.
Well, consumerism. It's a marketing thing. It's a business.
No one's saying consume the pops.
Let's transition into something more familiar with your turf. You said you saw Transformers anime, so why don't you talk about some of the stuff you've seen while I put this away?
If you saw like our previous podcast episode, I talked about the Unicron trilogy, and there's a trilogy of anime stuff. So I only have seen like a little bit of Cybertron, and that's pretty much it.
That's all the Transformers
But
anime.
the 3 G1 TV shows I've watched, like all of them. I already said in the podcast that I like Victory the most. So
Yeah. Is that a show or is that an anime?
anime.
Oh, it's anime. Okay. It's
All
considered.
the Japanese stuff are anime.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's a little bit hard to. I guess Japanese voice equals anime. If it's just normal animated, it would be more of a cartoon.
Wait, what?
There's an animated series for.
Yeah, they're all animated.
Yeah, they're all animated, but which ones are considered anime?
All of them.
All of them?
All the Japanese stuff.
All the Japanese voiced ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not all of them are anime, is what I'm saying, right?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm confusing him.
This is one confusing episode, isn't it?
No, all of them are anime.
Okay, all the Transformers animated series are considered anime.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Okay. All right. I guess it's all anime technically.
Technically.
Well, wait. Except for the what the Western.
Okay.
That's not anime.
Okay, then not all of them are anime.
Not all the TV shows are anime.
Okay, but they're all animated.
Yeah.
But not all the animated ones are anime. The Western animated ones are not anime.
Yeah.
This is an interesting debate.
All right. I haven't seen those. I don't know.
Okay. I do want to talk about this. I've had this topic saved specifically for this episode, which is about one. We're going back to One Piece again. It's one of the top games, one of the top things in anime. It's definitely One Piece, and I wanted to talk about the trading cards. Did you know One Piece cards are very popular? A lot of people buy that. So
I did not know there was One Piece trading cards.
it
till
is more. It is, I think, almost at the level of Pokemon. There is some real valuable shit.
now. Do you know what the most expensive one is?
So the most expensive one, actually, you know what? Let me Google that. From what I remember, it's like around, I think almost $5,000. Because I saw, okay, I have a friend who's very passionate about One Piece cards, and I know they're not cheap. If you want to buy a full box of multiple packs, I think it was like 20 packs, you're paying almost around $300 for it. So it's like Pokemon. There's different pulls each time, and you can pull some average stuff, some real valuable stuff, and unlike Pokemon, where most of the real valuable stuff comes in the shiny cards, it's not really the case with One Piece here. And the game itself, there's an actual functioning game revolved around the One Piece cards. So you don't just collect these cards for the sake of collecting. That's something a lot of people who collect Pokemon cards do. So yeah.
You said there's no like shiny cards, right? So no foils?
Okay, no, there is a lot of shiny cards, but not all of them are super valuable. That's what I'm saying. So let me.
But are there shiny cards, shiny versions of every card?
You can say that, yes.
Yes. So the most expensive card would be a shiny card.
Okay, the rarest One Piece card is Oda Luffy for $1,000. $1,900.
1,900.
So that's what it is, but The question is how many people, what is it being sold on eBay for?
So it is expensive, but if you've compared it to Magic, that's like nothing. So, okay, now we're going off topic, Phil. Okay.
No.
All right.
Emphasize.
All right. So in Magic, they recently released like a Lord of the Rings, like One Ring expansion. So there is one of a kind One Ring card that if you didn't hear, like Post Malone bought that card from someone.
How much did you pay?
2 million.
Okay, yeah, similar. Logan Paul bought a Pokemon card for 3 million.
Yeah. Let me see. Wait.
Okay, I found the card on eBay. This one's currently on the bid. This one's on auction. Right now, the highest bid is at 2,039
2039. Yeah.
for this one. For this Oda Luffy card. So, if my friend watches this episode, he's just probably critique me for not knowing everything about the system. But the thing is, I've actually tried the One Piece card game and how it's played. It's almost like a battle arena style game. Your cards have abilities, health, attack strategy, attack stuff, and attack, defense, and all that. And you have this thing called, I think, it's a currency card. I forget what's the name.
Gold.
No. They act as currency.
Like summoning cards.
Yeah, you use these currency.
So mana or like
Mana or
energy.
something like that. Something cards. I just don't remember the name. You use these cards to buy, to deploy your cards. You pay a cost. You deploy your cards. Then I think the way you win is to eliminate all defenses of your opponents and attack their hero card. The hero card is the center of everything.
And how much health does the hero card have?
The hero card, I think, it depends on the hero character they play.
Okay, so it varies depending on hero, and then they probably have abilities.
Exactly. And each hero has their own set. So you can, when you buy a pack of cards, obviously it's mixed. But some cards may belong to this hero. That goes under the category of this hero.
Do they have to include it, or is it optional?
I think it's optional.
And can that card go to other decks, other heroes?
I think it can be applicable. I think it can be.
So it's just, it comes in the pack, but they don't have to play with the hero.
Yes. But I think in the professional One Piece card game tournaments, you have people who actually build their own decks. They buy specific cards, they study them, they know which one does what better abilities. So they build their own decks around their hero. Then they take that deck.
Yeah, that's just normal card game tournaments.
Yeah.
Also, I looked up the second highest card price ever sold for a Magic card. It's about 540,000, which is the Black Lotus, which if you don't know, is the most broken card in the game probably.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of the first cards released. So if you want to get, I think it's called Alpha Edition, like the first print, first run, mint condition, it'll probably go upwards of 500 grand.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
I think you can get cheap versions of it, like second, third print, and probably a little bit damaged for maybe like a couple thousand. Mm-hmm. Maybe more, maybe like 10k plus.
But can you actually play with it, or it's just collecting?
In a legacy format. There's like formats where everything's unbanned. That format you can play it in, otherwise you cannot, because it's ancient and it's broken.
Got it. Okay, so the hero card is the leader card. So that is your everything. That's like your town hall. When we use Clash of Clans terms, this is your town hall, your king tower. You need to protect this with your life, with your stuff. Then you have character cards. So these character cards are like
the minions you summon.
Essentially. They all have their own abilities. I remember there's some minions where they're like the cannon fodder. So if your opponent launches an attack on you, you can summon those character cards to take the hits
right away, or is it instant, or you have to?
No, when you deploy one of your characters, they cannot be used during that round. You can use them. But you can use them after.
Can you use them defensively? Can you play minion and then opponent summons one, and then opponent has a minion, you summon one, they attack you. Can you block right away?
I don't think so. I think when you deploy them, you cannot use them right away. So you must use them the rounds after.
Is it a block? If they choose to attack, can you choose the block, or do they choose who to attack?
Okay. Yeah, they can choose who to attack. You can counter with those minions.
So if they choose to attack with that minion, you choose if you want to block it. If you don't block it, it goes to your face.
That's right. Yes. So when your leader card loses a health, so you have 5 of the currency card, which is actually called the Dawn cards. That's what the currency cards are called, Dawn cards.
Do you play it out?
Yeah. So I think everyone gets 10. You start off with 1, but then progressively, all together, each player gets, I think.
Do you have to manually play it, or does it automatically come in?
So the first round you start with 2. Yeah. Then each round after you automatically get 1 until you hit 10. Until you hit 10, yeah.
Okay. So this is this is like Hearthstone.
Kind of like that, yeah.
But in Magic, you have to play your lands out. They're called lands. Mm-hmm. You have to manually play it out. If you don't draw any, you don't get them.
Something like that, yeah. And then you have 5 of them, and they act as health for your leader. Your leader takes a hit, you lose 1 of them.
The Dawn?
Yeah, one of the Dawns.
Okay, that's different.
So by the time you get all 5, your leader is exposed. 1 more attack on the leader, then it's done.
Each attack is -1 Dawn.
So the Dawn is like the shield, it's the armor.
And once you go to 0, you're dead.
Well, once all the 0, then you're just left with your
and then you need another hit to kill you.
Yeah. So because the reason they do it is to give you that slight glimmer of hope, that chance that you could potentially come back.
Yeah, but you have nothing to play cards. You need Dawn to play cards. So it's actually just every time you hit your opponent, they can't play their cards.
Yeah.
They play less cards. That's kind of like...
much. Yeah, I trust me, I've tried playing it. It's something you gotta slowly learn as you play. You can't just read the entire instruction manual and be like, all right, I know how to play.
Yeah, that's for most card games. No one wants to read the manual. You just play. You just go in.
You learn as you play, yeah. There's also event cards and stage cards. I think stage cards are cards that can be applied when certain events happen. So event cards is like they have this trigger thing, and the trigger is what activates the ability. So for example, you deploy this card. Well, obviously it will cost some Dawn. It will have some cost. Then let's say for example it adds a bunch of health to your characters.
Oh yeah. So Dawn is your health, but also your energy.
Your currency card.
If you have 2 Dawn and you play a card that costs 2 Dawn, do you lose the 2 Dawn, or is it like tapped out?
Wait, sorry, say that again?
Do you lose the 2 Dawn if you have 2 and then you play a card that costs 2?
Yeah. Then
it's actually gone, and if your opponent hits you're dead.
You don't lose it. When you use a Dawn, you turn it around so it's used.
Okay, but if you get hit, you lose the used one.
Yeah. And then after a new round, your new turn starts, you reset all your Dawns.
So that's like...
They reset every round. Yeah.
So that's Magic style rules.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I'm no expert. I've only played a couple games of the One Piece card game. But I want to elaborate on this specifically because I have seen the community around the One Piece card game. I know some of my friends, like they form this like their own little group. They go to these comic book places, they host little tournaments in there, and they just play. So I think I don't know if I want to if I need to really emphasize on this card game thing because it's already growing. It's already starting to reach potential like Pokemon. But I feel like it's one of those secret things that not a lot of people talk about. Like you were talking about the whole Lord of the Rings thing, right? Yeah. So it's like Pokemon is obviously the top in terms of card games, like collecting cards and all stuff. But I think anime is slowly reaching all sorts of different things, not just entertainment. And I think One Piece cards is a strong example of that. Like if we go to let's say tomorrow we go to the mall, we go to a store that's selling One Piece cards. Would you just walk would you actually pick it up and see what it is and check it out? Depends. As a person who watches anime.
I don't watch One Piece, but I would definitely check out the price at least, because I know physical card games are very expensive. So if it's affordable, I would consider it.
So that's what I mainly want to talk about. So let's talk about some of the shows you've seen, the main shows you've seen.
Okay, well, Santos, you've watched JoJo before, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, let's talk about that, because I've seen a couple seasons of it. what do you think of? What's your favorite season of JoJo?
Golden Wind.
Golden Wind. Oh yes, the Giorno. There's the you've probably heard the song, the meme song.
Yeah, that's overplayed.
There's Golden Wind. Yeah, that it's very popular. It's a big meme. But what do you rate the show?
Well, I'm not at. I don't know. 6.
6 out of 10. Okay. I don't know what I give it because I've only seen the early seasons and I've heard the early seasons are not as good as later. So season 3, where it's Jotaro, yeah, I think his stand. That's like if you haven't seen JoJo, it's basically a thing they summon. It's like Star Platinum. I think that season's good. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen the first, second one too. So I will probably continue watching it one day, but.
If there's any anime you want to recommend Santos to watch, which one would you push?
What would we push?
I probably won't watch it, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've recommended you Code Geass before. It's pretty good.
Why do you think it's good for him?
All right. The overall the plot's basically main character is like an exiled prince of like he's been exiled to Japan basically, and he wants to take. Basically, his dad exiled him, and he wants to get back at him. Revenge.
So it's revenge.
Yes, it's good. He gets
Revenge
a power.
Not good.
Okay, he has a power that basically lets him mind control. It's basically mind control, but it's one-time use, and he has to make eye contact. Those are like the basic rules. So he's basically pretty smart, and a lot of the show is him outsmarting his opponents. He essentially just starts a revolution of sorts. I'm just making it sound worse than it actually is, but
Well, just give like the basic context of it.
it's old, but it is pretty good. One or two sus scenes in there, but you can
Just disregard it.
yeah, skip those. Besides that, it's really good.
Okay, so relaying that question to me then. I've seen some anime, but clearly not enough. What's the show you would think that I would fit? I have had someone recommend me. My friend recommended me Hunter x Hunter, so you can cross that off the list.
Wait, you've seen Jujutsu Kaisen?
Like 1 or 2 episodes, like a little bit of it.
I would say just finish that. That one's good.
What about it?
What about it? How much do you know about it?
Like, I actually don't remember. You honestly can just give me a whole refresher.
Main character. So he essentially has so there's things called curses and then cursed energy. That's basically how the characters in there get their powers. They're called sorcerers. They use like energy and they can fight and they have a bunch of abilities. Main character doesn't have one, but then he somehow eats a finger.
What?
This is very random, but it's called Sukuna's finger. He's essentially like the most evil curse. It's like the bad guy. But he's been banished and split into 20 parts. They're all fingers.
Right.
Yeah. So main character eats one. He gets his power. He's essentially he's very physically strong. He runs really fast. I don't know how that's explained, but has
Clearly not really well.
physical abilities, and so he's able to be a vessel for Sukuna. So if he gets all 20 fingers, in theory, Sukuna will resurrect and basically come back. He's essentially, you don't want that. So he eats the finger accidentally or intentionally, trying to save someone because
So he accidentally eats someone's finger.
He intentionally eats it, even though other people tell him not to, because it sounds very strange.
Okay.
He gets powers, so he can save someone because someone's in danger.
Oh, okay.
And then that gives him the power to kill him, but also, basically Sukuna comes back for like 10 seconds or so. I don't know, not that long. Basically he can like switch between personalities, but he mainly stays in between one. That's the main character. That's like the main plot. And then the higher ups of it's called like the Jujutsu sorcerers, or I don't know, the sorcerer community, basically a bunch of old people that like make the decisions. They want to execute him because if he's alive, there's a possibility Sukuna, the evil, curse will come back and will probably just wipe the world out. So that's basically disaster waiting to happen. And the old guy people don't want that, so they want to kill him. But then
So they want to kill him to avoid like a life-changing, altering event.
but basically other people, his name's Gojo. He's basically the opposite. He's extremely OP.
Oh yeah, Gojo, that I know. Yeah, his ODM gear was an item in Fortnite for a while.
Essentially, he's the opposite. He's extremely OP, but he's good.
Okay.
So he manages to convince the other sorcerers to not execute him, at least for now, to put him off his execution. So that's kind of the start. They try to kill curses and potentially get the fingers, and hopefully take that power and not to kill everyone with it.
Okay, yeah, that's a good pitch. I will. I might check it out.
Because of the fingers.
No, not because of the fingers. Okay. All right. So I got a would you rather out here. It's with JoJo about JoJo. So Santos, you could be part of this too. So you're not just sitting there. So I will answer, and as you'll decide collectively, and then I'll just select it along the way. So, question number 1. Oh, this guy looks like KSI. KSI? He looks like KSI.
Isn't that kind of racist?
No, he's got a bandana and all that. Anyways, would you rather be a Stardust Crusader or join Team... How do you say this? Bukiarti? Which one?
Neither.
Is the second one Giorno's
Yeah.
team? Yeah, Giorno's team or Jotaro's team.
Which one? You have to pick one of them.
I'll join. I don't know. I'll join Giorno's team. Second one.
It'll be you.
Oh, the first one.
Oh no, we have a split decision.
I don't know anything about them, so
Which one do I select then?
just you pick one. You're the deciding.
All right, Stardust Crusader it is. All right, that's been selected. Would you rather be locked in prison with Jotaro or be locked in prison with Jolene? Is that how you say her name?
Jolene is probably. She's like season 6, right? Main character,
Yeah.
something like that.
So who would you rather be in prison with? I assume they're both not great people to be in the same room with.
What's Jolene's power? What's her stand?
Don't really remember.
I know Jotaro's OP after he gets the world ability or something.
You just spoiled yourself.
I already read that part. No, I didn't read that. I saw clips of it.
Oh yeah, I should also give a disclaimer.
Alright.
There's a bit of spoilers with these questions.
Okay,
So.
it's whatever. So I'd rather do Jotaro because he's more OP and he's more likely to break me out of prison.
All right, Jotaro it is. Would you rather adopt Iggy or adopt Danny?
Who are those?
I don't even know the second one.
The first one looks like stubby. The second one looks more friendly. I'll take Danny, but I don't know what.
Danny?
I don't know if they're like secretly evil or something.
He looks like your average dog. All right. Oh, a little teaser. Our upcoming guest. His name might be called Danny. Anyways, would you rather fight Diavolo or fight Dio?
Do you know what Diavolo does?
Let me see.
Purple hair.
Okay, that's a major spoiler.
I told you there were spoilers in this.
Okay, well I'm gonna go Dio because I don't know who the other guy is.
Okay, Dio it is. Would you rather wear Kakion's? Is that how you say your name? Kakion's cherry earrings or wear... Oh my god, these names. Whose earrings would you rather wear basically? Polnareff, yeah.
Was Polnareff season 1?
3.
Season 3. Nope, don't know him.
Heart earrings or cherry earrings?
Kakyoin is the guy who has this weird clip of him eating a cherry and he like moves his tongue around.
So that's why he's wearing cherry earrings.
Yeah, let's go with the heart one because I don't know what he's done with those cherries.
Got it. Okay. Would you rather be best friends with Josuke or with Okoyasu? think I said it right.
I'll take Josuke.
Okay.
Santos, no input.
Yeah.
All right, I'll ask you for input for this one. Would you rather use Hammond or obtain a stand?
The first one.
Use Hammond.
Wait, why don't you want to stand? Stand's so much cooler. Hamon is like season 1 stuff, and it's kind of scuffed, right? I don't know. Season 1 and then like season 3 start getting stands, and I think that's what they used for.
So what am I selecting?
What do you think?
Santos, you make the choice here.
Yeah, you can
You
pick.
can give your opinion, but he's making the choice.
Okay, Stan.
All right, Stan, it is. Would you rather gamble with J. Darby or play video games with T. Darby?
What the heck? Wait, let's show me. The second guy looks less evil.
That's all it takes. Just don't look that evil.
I only know the
The
season
second
1.
one.
Second one.
I only know the season 1 and 2 characters.
Would you rather have your mom be Holly or Tomoko?
What happened? Are any of these in season 1 or 2?
Would any of them be great moms?
No.
They're bad. Okay.
Then who's slightly better? Who's worse?
I don't know them. I don't think I've seen them before, so
So then randomly pick one.
okay. We'll go Tomoko.
Tomoko it is. Would you rather save Caesar or Kakyoin?
What does Caesar do? Caesar's season 2. Right.
I only know one Caesar, and he's an ape.
What's the other guy? Is he? I think I know who Caesar is from season 2, if I remember. So let's go with Caesar.
Caesar?
I'll go Caesar.
Would you rather have Sticky Fingers as your stand or have Moody Blues as your stand?
What do they do?
What kind of person gets born and decides to name themselves Sticky Fingers?
Sticky fingers.
Does he like stick people to his hands? That all?
I think that might be a translation error.
Okay.
Let's go with Sticky Fingers. I don't know any of them.
Would you rather help the Crusaders find Dio or help the Morio gang find... I'm not going to even bother saying this name.
Find Yoshikage Kira.
Yes. That.
So the first one.
First one, you don't want to find the serial killer who has a hand fetish. I think that's his thing, right? He likes hands or something.
I don't remember.
It's like he goes around killing people, but he takes their hands.
So...
Let's take the top one.
First one. Okay. Would you rather visit Tonio's restaurant or Aya's beauty salon?
Restaurant.
Restaurant?
You're here for the food.
Yes, restaurant. I don't even know. I don't want to go to beauty salon.
Would you rather play CeeLo with Rohan or Josuke or play Janken with Ken Onyagi?
Junkin is, I think, rock, paper, scissors? Is it? It might be. I'll just go with the dice game. Gambling is fun.
Wait, so which one? CeeLo?
Dice game. Yeah, it looks like he has
Oh,
dice.
this one. Yes. Would you rather... What? Okay. Would you rather be sent to space and be unable to move or be sent to an infinite death loop? Seems like it's just a general question. Not related to the show.
Infinite death loop. You pick. I don't know.
You know, I'll do this one. I think in space you have peace. There's a sense of peace you can get. Infinite death loop, you're just suffering the same thing over and over again.
Does it say you'll die in space or no?
Doesn't say. Just say you're not be able to move.
Let's go with space.
Okay. Would you rather join Jonathan to fight against Dio, or join Dio to fight against Jonathan?
Jonathan is season 1, right? Or let me see.
It's the same characters. Just who would you rather fight?
I think Jonathan loses, so I'll go with Dio.
Okay.
I think Dio was stronger. He only loses later on. Not in season 1.
Okay. A couple more questions.
Or he runs away. I don't exactly remember the plot.
All right. Would you rather perform the torture dance with any two team?
Any two Team Busiari
BCRE members. BCIT. Members. Or do the Kakyoin and Polnarev's handshake with any Crusader.
Let's do the handshake.
Alright. Santos, I want you to answer this one. Would you rather eat ink squid spaghetti or eat the spaghetti Koyasu ate?
The first one.
The ink spaghetti is actually good.
I've had ink spaghetti. It's actually pretty good. Would you rather? Okay, this is the last question. Would you rather obtain Magician's Red or obtain Hierophant's Green?
First one.
You look like you were gonna say something. All right, calculating. Damn. The majority disagreed on most of the questions.
To be fair, I've only seen 2 seasons of JoJo. Ryan has not seen any.
I've not seen any.
And Santos seems to have forgotten.
Well, it seems like the majority of people who've taken this trivia have the opposing answers. Well done. Well, that was a fun trivia. I think we have one more thing to talk about before we end this. And it was the world of anime video games. Which is actually, I think, something that needs to be talked about more.
So, yeah. And any game with anime art style, I will be just considering an anime game. I don't know what the technicalities for anime games are, but anything with an anime art style.
Like what? Give some examples.
All right, let's start with one of the more popular ones, Persona. So, Persona 5 is like the one that made the series very mainstream. If you haven't played it, go play it because it's really good. That's a really good. I'm really selling it over here.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Give us your best pitches.
So, Persona 5 is basically a bunch of students. The main characters are in school. The main character gets suspended from his hometown and moves over to another city because he assaulted a person. But it wasn't actually assault.
So was he charged for it?
Yes, because the guy, basically the guy he is assaulted, quotation marks, is very powerful.
Oh, so it's alleged.
Yes. If you can see from the clips, it shows you like flashbacks, and you see the guy's basically drunk and falls over by himself. The main character never touches him at any point. He tries to help someone. That happens. He gets transported over. He's basically in big trouble, and everyone thinks he's a delinquent. Essentially, they discovered the metaverse, which is an alternate universe, which is the manifestation of people's desires. That's what the game says. And essentially, it is a way for them to make people that are very corrupt, and they'll make them not corrupt. It removes their corrupt desires and they become good again. So the main plot is the main character is doing that to evil people. They have a it's very, and people notice them because one of their main methods is sending a calling card, which basically they post it somewhere publicly so the person they're targeting can see it. That they need to do that. It's a little bit deeper into the game, so they gain a lot.
So it's a campaign style game.
Yes, it's a single player game. I should have said that first. It's not multiplayer. There's no like. It's a single player JRPG, and it's like 100+ hours, which is long, but it's worth it. Yeah, so that's the main game. They basically go around stealing hearts. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's see. That's the main one. Persona 4 is a murder mystery. It's still students again. The protagonists are always like.
So Among Us.
The protagonists are always like kids. But not kids, like high school, like teens. What are you doing? Okay, and then next year, 2024 February, they're releasing a remake of Persona 3 called Persona 3 Reload. So that is the next Persona game I'll play, probably. Oh, and Tactica. So they released a
console, PC?
Yes, they're all it's for all platforms, I think, except Switch. So yeah, PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
Which one? Tactica?
Tactica Switch. I mean Reload. Reload might not be available for Switch. Yeah, Tactica is like turn-based strategy. That already came out. That came out like last month. So I might do that. There's also Strikers, which is a Warriors style game that also actually surprisingly has a lot of content. I think it's like 50 hours, right? Somewhere around there. Yeah, so I haven't finished that. I started a little. So those are the main Persona games. And I also mentioned if you haven't seen our last podcast, go watch it. We talk about Transformers. It's very interesting. I mentioned that Hitler is in one of the early Persona games. So Persona 1 or 2. He shows up as a bad guy. I've never played them. I don't know anything else about that except that he's in there.
Interesting. Would you play any of these games, Santos?
I played a bit of 4, and I watched the Let's Play of 5.
Okay.
Yeah. I probably will pick up Reload, but I might not play it.
You should play it. It looks good from the trailers. Yeah. What's your favorite between
I don't know.
4 and 5? What do you think looks more interesting to you?
4.
Okay. Because you haven't finished it. You
Yeah.
only started a little.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you want to say? For
Well, for Persona, yeah. Let's move on. We can talk about other games. I don't know. Have you played anything?
I've only known Genshin.
Genshin.
I'm way too white for this.
Well, Genshin.
Copied Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, there was, if you remember the whole fiasco, before Genshin released, when the trailers were out, people were like raging because it was like, it's Breath of the Wild clone. And there was a clip of some guy smashing his PS4 in the ground.
What the heck? So there's controversy revolved around
Because he smashed his PS4 because of Genshin. Trying to protest against Genshin. Don't know what he was trying to achieve.
it. Yeah, apart from losing a console.
Well, I guess the clip was popular because we know about it. Well, Genshin is still ongoing. It's still very popular. There was this whole thing last year or the year before of the Game Awards that they won Game of the Year. Was it last year?
Not Game of the Year.
No, Player's Voice.
Yeah.
They won Player's Voice, and the main competitor was Sonic.
Sonic Frontiers.
Frontiers, yeah. And from what I remember, Sonic was winning up until the point they said something toxic to the Genshin players, and then Genshin players got mad at them, and everyone came in and started voting for Genshin, and I think that's how they won.
And then the host said it was because of bots.
Yeah, they said it was bots. I don't know, but
Lots of the reason.
from like social media, the story is that Sonic players angered the Genshin players, and that made them.
Well, in my opinion, Sonic's better.
Oh, this sounds as about to start something.
Oh, it's okay. Genshin and Sonic are not that close. One's a gacha game and one's a single player campaign. Yeah. So very different games.
I played Genshin for like a few hours when it came out. It's really boring.
Yeah. I used to play it a lot. I've just kind of stopped for a while. So
It's available for console
yes.
And mobile.
and mobile.
Yep. It's mobile. Yeah. Like you could play it on your phone right now if you wanted.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
No. All the games I played have not been anime related. Maybe I should. If there was one you would recommend me to play, which one?
Persona.
Persona. Got it. I mean, you've explained why already. You don't need to go through that whole field.
Well, what genre do you like?
Honestly, I don't really have a specific genre. I played Dead by Daylight, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. If genre doesn't matter, then Persona. If you like fighting games,
Well, there's a lot.
I like anime fighting games.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Guilty Gear considered anime?
Yeah.
Okay. Guilty Gear, Santos likes playing.
There's Grand Blue.
Yeah. The new version of the Grand Blue sequel came out. It's like a fighting game.
Oh, okay.
Does Fire Emblem considered anime?
Yeah.
Some of it is, or all of it? I don't know. Whatever. Let's say Fire Emblem is anime. Okay.
It's not a cartoon. It's a video game.
Yeah,
Made by
it's considered
Nintendo.
anime style. So
Oh, don't get the Persona 5 Vanilla Edition. Get Royal.
yeah, search up Persona 5 Royal. They have added content. Yeah, Persona likes to release the base game, and then in like 2-3 years they release a slightly better version with improvements and usually new content.
It's on a massive discount on the PlayStation Store. It's from $80, it's now $40, so 50% off.
I actually, consider getting that. Thing about Persona 3 is that there is no definitive best version of it, which kind of sucks, even with the reload coming out. So the original Persona 3 is probably the worst because it's the base game, and then they came out with Persona 3 Fez, I think. That is... it has the answer, which is like an extra 20 hours after the game ends. That's like an extra campaign. So they have extra 20 hours, which is good. And they have 3D models.
Okay.
Not good because they're 2006 or something. It's old, but they're 3D models.
It's 10 out of 10 on Steam and 10 out of 10 on IGN, so it's a very high reputation game.
Yeah, and then Persona 3 Portable is the one they released after that for the PSP. And then that one got rid of the answer, which is the extra 20 hours, so lost content, but they gained a female protagonist. So you have two options. You can do male or female protagonist, which they both have slightly different social links, and gameplay is similar, but you have slightly different dialogues, and there's like extra content each side has. So if you really want to complete it, you play it twice. But yeah, you just pick one, and also you can actually control every character in your party now. If you didn't know, Persona 3 Fez does not let you control your party members, so they do dumb things sometimes, like healing the enemy to full.
What?
I think that can happen. So yeah, but besides that, like those versions are like not, people argue which one's the best one. And then I was hoping that when Persona 3 Reload comes out, that would be the definitive version. But it looks like, based on trailers, that it's not going to be, because one, it's not going to have the answer, which is the extra 20 hours of campaign at the end, so that's not going to be there. And they're also not going to have a female protagonist, so they're missing two things from each of those versions that they have, so that is unfortunate. But it looks like it's getting like extra... It definitely has the best graphics, and it might have new mechanics, I think. The game isn't out yet, so I don't know, but I think it has a couple extra content, so it might have extra stuff. So I'm probably going to play it, but it's not technically the best edition of the game.
Okay. Wow, you definitely sold Persona 5 very well.
Yeah. Well, that's Persona 3, but...
anything else, or...
I don't think Final Fantasy is like an...
Is Final Fantasy considered anime?
No, I don't think so.
It's very realistic.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, the 7 remake stuff is kind of like... The voice acting is very like...
Well, it's in Japanese, right?
Well, English also.
Okay, but the Japanese option sound...
But you know, Ryan mentioned it has like the grunts and like...
Well, that's not necessarily anime, right? It's just
It's the sound
grunts.
effects.
Alright.
Ooh, the Steve sound effect. I know One Piece is kind of scattered throughout the episode, but I want to bring up the Netflix live action adaptation of it.
Which one? Oh, One Piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, like, I've heard a lot of... It's very 50-50 from what I've heard about it. Half of the people say, this is nothing. I'm going back to the original. They've ruined this legacy of some character, something like that. And then I hear another portion of people go like, yeah, this is a great live action adaptation of the characters, like Luffy and I can't remember. No, I don't remember the characters.
Oh, I don't either. Yeah. All I know is it's very good. From what I heard, it's very good relative to all the other live action adaptations.
Yeah.
Death Note. So, yeah. Death Note adaptation, people hated it, from what I remember. I never seen it. I saw the original Death Note. That is good. Season 1 is good. Season 2 is kind of mid.
So Death Note, not so good, but One Piece.
From what I've heard, One Piece is much better than Death Note. Okay, and then also you've probably seen the MyAnime list rankings for best anime.
I actually haven't. Okay, so like your top 5 anime.
Yeah, no, but this is a website-wide ranking. People rank it out of 10 stars. And there's like number 1, 99% of the time is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I forgot that anime was a thing, yeah.
And that fan base is very hardcore.
So much more loyal than One Piece fans.
Maybe, I don't know. I've never seen it.
Like, you mess one bit of the lore up, they're just gonna bash you.
You watch a whole bunch of anime, but you don't watch the best one.
Okay, I watched the more niche ones, okay? So, with the rankings, the Full Metal Alchemist fans really like their anime being number 1. So their anime occasionally gets topped by newer anime. So Oshinoko, I think was number 1 for a bit, and Furin, which is like another anime that came out recently, was number 1 also. And I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, whenever a show tops number 1 and people review bomb that, so it goes lower, so Full Metal Alchemist goes back to 1.
Wow, they are very, very, very loyal.
So that might be a reason why it's always number 1. Don't know if it's actually the best anime out there. It's probably hard to decide, but according to the list, it is. Okay. And people want to keep it that way.
So, well, I just want to say, like, anime has grown like a lot. Anime has grown a lot over the years. My very first impressions of anime was I was against it. I did not like it at all. I thought it was weird, maybe because I only heard about like the bad side of anime, the messed up side, and that left a bad taste in my mouth. That gave me a bad impression. It's like, nah, I'm staying away from anime. But I think over the years, I've slowly I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot more than just the bad stuff. There's a lot of potential with anime, and I think my mindset was able to change over time. So like now, yeah, I've completely grown out of that mindset. Just stay away from the bad stuff, guys, especially you kids.
Well, watch whatever you want, but watch at your own discretion. Okay, so I have the list. Furin is actually, this one, this new one, it's actually still number 1. I don't know how long it'll stay that way, but for now it is. I think I didn't seen it, but it's about like an elf who's like, she has a really long lifespan, and then basically all her old companions died.
Oh, so it's like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, she can live up to like maybe 1,000 years old, and let's say the other ones are like normal humans.
Elves are typically written to have pretty long lives.
So basically the story is very like a lot of reminiscing, basically flashbacks, I think. I haven't seen it though. Number 2, Full Alchemist Brotherhood. Classic. People really like it. Number 3, Steins Gate.
Never heard of that one.
Essentially, it's time traveling. He uses his microwave to time travel. That sounds really dumb, but it's
his microwave.
The microwave is the time travel machine. Like I think he uses that first to try to like send messages into the past, but eventually can send like himself back to the past.
That is just, I don't even know what to say. Anyway.
It is good. Gintama. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't heard that either.
It's a pretty long, it's been running for a while.
Is it still going or has it ended?
I don't know, but I know it has multiple seasons. Like Gintama, the final, it's a movie.
Hunter x Hunter, there
Gintama, more Gintama. It's like comedy, so if you really like funny, if you like want a good laugh, just watch Gintama. Also, there was another one that's like Blue something. It's like a diving anime. It sounds really dumb, but
diving?
Okay.
So like someone off a diving board into a swimming pool.
No, they're like scuba diving. That's
that kind of diving.
But it's comedy. It's really good.
Okay.
This is Attack on Titan.
Of course.
Yeah. Attack on Titan's number 5. Bleach is number 6. We had the pop for that. Mm-hmm. Morgan Tama, Hunter x Hunter. I'm calling it Hunter x Hunter because Hunter
God.
sounds weird.
You pissed off some people.
Fight me. The X is there for a reason.
Anyways.
Morgan Tama, Gintama again. This is Kaguya Love is War. It's romance comedy. Mm-hmm. It was very popular and it came out not too long ago. I don't know what this one is. Number 12.
What is it?
Ginga Ayu.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Me neither. Fruits Basket, I think is
like the top 10?
yes
Okay.
on this website. Gintama is like everywhere. Probably because it has multiple series. Fruits Basket, either it's slice of life or it's supernatural, but I don't remember. Shingeki no Kyojin, that is Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Shut up. Website. Okay.
Santos, you have not seen any of these, I assume.
Yeah. Clanad is romance slice of life.
Got it.
That one actually made me a little sad. That
Oh,
almost
no.
made me cry. That was good though. I don't know what this one is. Kono Katachi. That is a movie. It's like silence. I don't remember the English name. We should search it up. It's basically a girl is deaf and the guy bullied her, but then later he comes back and I think they eventually start dating or something. It's like romance.
Okay. So from enemies to lovers.
Yes, sort of. Well, they were kids. They were bullying each other or something. Code Geass is number 20. This is the one I recommended you, Santos. It's Code Geass. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 is 22. Number 22. I'm surprised the original season not this high up. The original season had better animation. Like season 2, if you've seen recent episodes, their animation has been a little bit lackluster. People are basically, their animators are probably overworked. So there's been like weird sequencing. If you've seen, there's one episode where there's like a very out of frame shot. The frame's supposed to show up like 2 minutes later, but it shows up for like 5 seconds earlier, and then you're like, this makes zero sense. Okay, I'm just gonna go up to 30 and we'll stop.
30, yeah.
I'm already at 24.
Bro, we gotta stop at some point.
Monster, I think I've heard of it, but I've never really seen it. Violet Evergarden. This is the show that everyone claims that is extremely sad and makes them cry. I saw it. It's very hard. It's sad, but it's not like cry worthy. But Owari Monogatari is part of the Monogatari series, and that is confusing and very long. And I never got into it because it's like the timeline is confusing, or the lore is confusing. Kimi no Nawa is Your Name. That is a movie, and it's good. It's like romance slice of life. They basically, the main characters like switch bodies and time travel, or they just switch bodies. I don't know. And there's this whole like disaster thing. I think they time travel. Someone time travels into the future and they try to like go into the past, and then they end up in the past and try to warn everybody of a disaster coming.
But when that, I guess the TVA doesn't apply.
Yeah, I don't know. It is time travel and body swap of sorts. I don't know. Bochi the Rock. This was popular this year or something. And then it's basically main character has like social anxiety, and then they try to start a band. Morgan Tama, and then this is Love is War Again. That's about it. Oh, okay. Last one. Number 34 is Mob Psycho 100. Second season.
I guess we can stop there.
Yeah, Mob Psycho is good though. It's made by the same author of One Punch Man.
There. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so watch that. It's good. The art style might be like slightly off-putting because it's a bit different, but it's good.
But the right it's written or directed or both.
Written by the same guy, not directed. Yes.
Well, as you can see, there is a lot of things to offer in the anime world. Anime. I don't think I need to promote it as much. It has already grown to extreme levels already. One thing I will say, maybe they have done theatrical releases for some anime films. They should do more of it. They should really do more of it. Like we've seen with Godzilla -1, which I actually plan on talking about in this episode. But since we're gonna do the MonsterVerse stuff in the future, I'm gonna save it for that. I will talk about that movie in the future because it's Godzilla related. So I bring up because it's a Japanese dubbed movie, and yet is done extremely well with American audiences, and like I think the anime world should take this as an inspiration, as a sign that like Hollywood isn't just about American style, Western style films. Anime can very well do like a foreign film or something. I think for the live action One Piece adaptation, that's already a good start. It's a good start. It's a good starting point. maybe they should take it. They should take it up a notch. I think it has a lot of potential, and I don't know. So with Transformers, like, would you if they did future shows or future movies, anime style?
Yeah, I would watch it.
You would watch it, okay? So
Like I talked about Transformers Zone, it only had one episode. So if they continued that TV show or the anime, I would watch it. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So I think we're good then. I think we've covered quite a bit of ground with this episode. If there's more stuff we want to talk about, there is a part. We may do a part two. We may do a part two in the future. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, I gave you an idea of what to expect, so I guess we will call it now for this episode. So once again, thank you for listening and watching. That's it for another episode of Podcast with Mark45, a wonderful show that I still need to come up with a good name. I still don't know yet. But anyways, if you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe with the notifications, especially if you want to catch our first guest episode right away the second it comes out. Have that bell on, and follow us on Spotify if you're listening on Spotify. So that's it for now. Any final words you want to say?
I don't know. Come back and watch all our episodes, because you'll feel like you missed out if you don't.
We are actually doing pretty well on Spotify. The second channel, I get not a lot of people go to YouTube for podcasts, but we're pretty good on Spotify.
Well, yeah, relatively speaking.
Yeah, well, for my size. So, yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.